for 10 years. From that day on, I wish I could say I never watched porn again. Unfortunately, I did a few times, but it never had the same hold on me again. And after I confessed that sin to my dad, I was also able to confess the sin to my pastor and to some strong Christian guys around me who could support me and help me in my quest to be a man of God. Looking back, I can see that during that 10 years of pornography prison, there were some lies that Satan were telling me that kept me bound within the prison and stopped me from becoming free. The first lie I believed was that I was alone in my struggle. Satan always wants to isolate us and make us feel alone. The truth is that every man at some point in his life struggles with keeping his mind and his eyes and his heart pure. We all do. We as men, we need to become strong and courageous enough to share our challenges and our temptations with one another and to support each other. The second lie I believed is that I could defeat this struggle on my own. But the truth is, no matter how many times I tried on my own, no matter how many times I said, I'm never doing this again, I kept falling. I kept failing. I was caught in a pit and I couldn't pull myself out. God made us to need our Christian brothers and sisters. And when I allowed my Christian leaders, my dad, and other people around me to support me and help me, I was finally able to get that freedom and that victory in my life. The third lie I believed was that this is my own business. It doesn't affect anybody else and just affects me and God. Wrong. That is a lie. One day, if you're like me, you want to get married. And now I am married and I have a beautiful wife and 3 beautiful daughters. But the pornography that I looked at for those 10 years did affect my marriage when I got married. There were twice in the early years of my marriage that my wife and I had to go and get counseling because I slipped up and looked at pornography. And I thought that the moment that I get married, all of this is going to go away. All of my sexual desire will go to upon my wife, and I'll never ever have, any desire to look at pornography or any kind of sexual immorality again. But that is a lie. Our sin always has consequences down the track, and unfortunately, it did affect my marriage when I first got married. And I'm happy to say that now I've been 10 years free from the addiction of pornography, and it's something that me and my wife really celebrate together. But at the start, it was really hard. It also affects our calling. God's given us a calling. He's given all of us people to influence and impact in our lives. And we can't influence and impact people and have a positive effect on their life if we have hidden sin. Because once that hidden sin is exposed, it takes away all the mentorship and all the role model that we'd been to that person. Just like with that preacher, Daniel Googly Moochie, that I looked up to as a young person. When it was found out and exposed that he had this hidden secret sin, it caused a massive faith crisis in me. So it's really important that we're men of integrity. Our sin doesn't just affect us. It affects our wives, our children, our family, our ministry, and everything that God's created us to do. The fourth lie, I believe, was that God was ashamed of me and didn't want anything to do with me. Satan loves making us feel like we're the biggest scum of the earth and that we're not good enough for God and that we should run away and hide. That's what Satan did with Adam. He told Adam, run and hide. God is ashamed of you. He doesn't want anything to do with you. So that's what Adam did. And, all these thousands of years later, that's still the same challenge that we have as Christian men. We fail, we let God down, and then we feel shame, and then we feel that God doesn't want anything to do with me now, so we run and hide. But the fact is that Jesus paid a massive price on the cross for my pornography. He paid a massive price on the cross so that we can be forgiven of adultery, of having sex before marriage, of rape, of whatever we do. Jesus has paid the penalty for it. And we need to believe the truth of God's forgiveness over the lies of Satan. We can be forgiven. We will be forgiven.